Dead and Breakfast, an untrue crime plodcast.
Plodcast, Bone? It's a podcast.
No, sir, it's a plodcast. Where plods you a media, get it?
Try again and get it right this time.
Ta. Dead and Breakfast, an untrue crime codcast.
Plodcast! Oh, give me strength. Starring me, Detective Inspector Duncan Flint of Scotland Yard.
And me, Detective Sergeant Brian Bow.
Yes, unfortunately.
It was bad enough enduring this Welsh wazzock from Monday to Friday, but on our way into the yard one morning, he gleefully revealed what was in store for me that coming weekend.
A team building weekend? Me? There isn't a barge pole long enough.
Oh, go on, sir. I think it's a cracking idea.
Well, you would, Sergeant. Gives you a cast iron excuse to lick the Chief Super's boots. You've been sniffing round the role of Inspector ever since that time I got stuck in Llandudno.
On a murder charge, sir?
On a trumped-up murder charge, if you don't mind. Well, you needn't bother. I'm not ready for the Cardi and Cocoa just yet.
That was true. You should see the state of my pension. I wouldn't put it past our secretary Alice to have cooked this weekend up herself just to annoy me. Still, her unholy alliance with Bone did give me a slight respite in the middle of the working day. Out to lunch as usual. With our poky little cubby hole of an office to myself, I was able to focus on the case of the accursed drug dealers, a much needed exercise now, what with the prospect of my weekend being disrupted, if I decided to attend. So little to go on with this case, though. Clearly they were based somewhere in South London, but that didn't exactly narrow the field. I needed a lead. Worth a trawl through the archives, though with Alice's filing system it'd be like navigating Hampton Court maze in a pea souper. I was on the verge of making a start when the bloody phone rang. Shit. 10 to 1, it'd be some jerk upstairs opening a new box of red tape. Still, better take it just in case. Thank the yard I did.
Howdy, is that little old Sergeant Flint?
No, it's Inspector Flint.
Well, dang me if you ain't got yourself a promotion there, Sarge.
Look, who is the... Hang on. I recognise that cod southern bell routine, that Lancashire accent of yours. You're that drugs mule. Oh, don't tell me.
I'll have you know I've done my time.
Carter. That's it.
Yeah, you got it, Sarge. You and that there elephantine memory of yours.
Inspector, what do you want anyway? Wasting police time's a criminal offence, you know.
Oh, so you don't want to know jack shit about that there Vauxhall narcotics scam?
What? How do you know about that? It's meant to be hush. Oh, I see. Should have guessed. So what's this, Carter? A confession?
I can do better than that. You don't want to go putting little old Tanya away again, do you?
I can trace this call, you know.
You want to go for Mr. Big?
I'm listening.
Oh, no, honey. Not over the phone. I want to know what's in it for me.
You know I can't promise you anything, not till I've got a name. And some evidence.
Oh, Sarge, you drive a hard bargain.
No, I drive a squad car. Where, Tanya?
I'll give you my address, sugar. 145 Particle Mansions, SW8.
I'd have preferred it in English, but never mind. I'll be right round.
Oh, don't come a while yet, big boy. I got an urgent appointamento this lunchtime.
Don't tell me. Shampoo and set at Maison Phyllis.
Oh, you little old cops. You slay me.
I made a mental note of what she called the address, then for safekeeping copied it down onto a yellow post-it note, one of the few that had escaped Miss Blaze's recent So Last Century purge. Then I was off. If she was prepared to name names, there was no time to lose, and I certainly wasn't playing second fiddle to a hairdryer. Of course, it meant leaving the office unattended, but needs must. Besides, those two numpties wouldn't even notice I'd gone.
Where the bugger and sod have you been?
Oh, nowhere. I just popped out for... Hang on a minute. Alice? How dare you speak to your superior officer like that?
You're not my superior. I'm a civilian.
Oh, you're not a very civil civilian. Besides, what do you care where I've been?
I don't. It's poor Brian here. You know he likes going in the noddy car, playing cops and robbers with you.
Sir, I'm hurt. It's like you didn't want me there.
I didn't.
I know why he didn't want you with him, Brian. Skirt.
Of course. Got the hots again, is it, sir?
No, I have not. Miss Blaze, have you seen a yellow post-it note?
Not since the 90s.
Past-it notes. That's what Alice calls them.
I do, Brian, I do.
I am referring to a specific note that I left on my desk as an aide-memoire.
Well, if you will leave rubbish lying around.
Oh, so you've thrown it out?
I told you I haven't seen it.
Don't lie.
And don't you change the subject, Mr. Skirt Bandit.
Nice one, Alice.
Silence, Bone. And you, Missy, kindly address me as Inspector.
All right, Inspector Skirt Bandit. Oh, and I've just remembered. Chief Superintendent, way more successful Skirt Bandit, was looking for you. He said...
I don't want to hear what he said.
He said you can tell that shiftless twat to stop skiving, or I'll personally kebab his knackers. And I wouldn't want to be in your shoes over this team-building lark.
Not that again. I have no intention of going on this stupid weekend, and that is final.
He says you've got to, and he wants to see you now.
What? Oh, this is most inconvenient. I had plans for this weekend.
Oh, of course you did. Those toenails won't cut themselves.
Dad and breakfast.
Here he comes, the oldest inspector in the world. Step into my office, Flint.
Right away, sir. His office being the snug bar of the Ferret and Trouser Leg, a cheerless whisky hole 800 yards from the yard. And don't write in telling me we've gone metric. I get enough of that from Alice.
Sit down, man. That way you'll take up less space.
Thank you, sir. Now, what can I do for you?
Thought you'd never ask. I'll have a large drop of the old McBrain damage. Oh, and Flint, you're coming on this team-building weekend.
Of course, sir. Strikes me as a first-class initiative.
Strikes me as a right load of shite.
Oh, not on your bucket list then, sir.
It's not even on my bucket list. But if the Commissioner, in her wisdom, decrees that I am to waste 2.5 days of my life, I don't see why you should escape untroubled.
I'll get you that drink, sir.
And, of course, you'll be bringing your sergeant and young Miss Blaze.
What? Oh, but sir.
Button your butts, man. Bone's a bright boy. And Alice has a certain indefinable quality.
Yes, called spiked leather boots and a micro skirt.
Did you speak?
Well, sir, can I ask exactly what this weekend entails?
You may. All the usual rubbish, of course. Role play, ball play, foreplay.
Foreplay?
And if we're truly unlucky, I don't doubt we'll do some trust exercises. That's a laugh. Given that I wouldn't trust you as far as I could throw up. Now, did you mention drink, Flint?
Right with you, sir.
En route to the bar, I paused to read an incoming text message from Alice, ordering me, if you please, to attend a suspected homicide in... Well, would you believe it?
Sorry, sir. Got a dash. Duty calls.
Oh, anything to get out of buying around. Remember, Flint, you will go on this weekend and you will like it. And if it's a toe curling disaster, it'll be your fault. And if it's a Sorroway success, it'll be mine. Got it?
What's it to him? He must be up for retirement any day now.
And you needn't think you'll soon be rid of me, Flint. You should see the state of my pension. You should see the state of my pension.
Constable, what have we got here?
A bit of a strange one, sir. Some old grandma discovered in a trash cart.
A trash cart? Didn't the driver notice, like?
Oh, not a lorry, Sarge. One of them, container jobbies what the council provides.
She means a skip bone. Trash cart indeed.
Doc thinks she must have been thrown off one of the upper floors.
Who raised the alarm?
Anonymous tip-off, sir. We couldn't trace the number. I did notice one odd bod in a kind of churchy-type garb fleeing the scene.
Could have been the perv, sir.
The word is perp bone.
So you didn't think to give chase?
Oh, didn't seem right, sir. I was brought up strict. God-fearing folk we was.
Chegwin, did you get lost on your way to Hendon?
Sir?
It's easily done, sir. I could never find the place myself.
Janice, if our killer turns out to be a Bible-bashing barnpot, I shall personally demote you.
Oh, sir, I'm only a constable as it is.
Yes, and I'll demote you to the rank of civilian.
Quack's still about, is she, Janice?
Shut it, Sergeant. Is the doctor still here, Chegwin?
Over there, sir. Cheering up the SoCo team with a bit of a sing-song.
Got a feeling I'm falling into a skip.
Gotta laugh, eh?
Gentlemen, we meet again. Binton Road, isn't it?
Come on, Doc. You should know our names by now.
Bone, she's pretending for comic effect. So, Doctor, a body in the, trash cart?
You mean the skip? Yes. Landed face first. She must have been down in the mouth. Do you see what I did there?
Oh, crikey, sir, that's a point. What if she was one of them misery guts what committed cyanide?
I don't think so, Bone.
No, neither do I, Sergeant. I examined her earlier, and I'd say the bruising on her midriff is consistent with being gripped forcefully on either side. Someone must have propelled her from the balcony. But you ain't seen nothing yet. Look at her face. Ta-da!
She turned the corpse over and confirmed my worst fear. The decades had done their damnedest and the sweet wrappers stuck to her cheeks didn't help, but those features were unmistakable. Bottle blonde, too much makeup, jowly, gingham dress, cowboy boots, suede jacket with fringes. It was Tanya, all right. Machin gestured at the facial expression, one of total astonishment. Must have come as quite a surprise, getting smacked in a gob by a trash cart at 30 miles an hour.
Yes, but after that, nothing would surprise her.
Tanya bloody Carter. Dead. This was terrible. Truly terrible. Why do bad things always happen to me? I mean, there I was, all set to blow this South London drug scam wide open, and my star witness goes mortal. Now, they say a murderer always returns to the crime scene. Well, so do I. I thought it was worth a trip back, without the boy blunder, just to do a bit of routine house-to-house.
Yes, yeah, I saw it, mate. I saw the whole thing. Not bad for 83, eh?
This was an encouraging start to my conversation with a Mr. Lenworth Garriock, Tanya's next-door neighbour, 83 years old and looking every second of it. From his opening remarks, I thought I'd struck gold. But then he added...
Yeah, chum. Saw the whole programme, I did.
Sorry, sir? The programme?
Yeah, with her in. You know, the old biddy next door, her that's into Willie Nelson.
What exactly is a Willie Nelson? Some kind of obscene wrestling hold?
No, I saw her on the box. Blimey, pal, you thick or what?
Oh, I see. You mean she was in a television programme?
That's what I said, cloth ears. You a sergeant?
No, I haven't been a sergeant for years.
Oh, demoted you, did they?
Look, when was this programme?
Oh, that. This was years ago, that. Old thing. Got repeated on Channel 82.
But did you see her around the time of the incident?
Oh, what, when she went over the top? No, I'd have been watching, let's see, well, it was either the end of Escape from the Planet
Oh, you like a bit of science fiction.
God, blimey, that is not science fiction, you clot. Have you never seen it? This retired couple, fed up with living on Earth, make a fresh start in a different solar system.
So we've established you were here watching this Escape.
Yeah, well, it was either that or the cop show. Oh, come on, mate. You must like cop shows at your game.
Well, there was one I enjoyed a long time ago, but can we get back to...
In a Cell, that's the one. 4 punters go out, break the law so they can spend the night in Chokey. It's Channel 96 on after floor coverings of the rich and famous.
So, was anybody with you at the time?
Oh, don't believe me, eh? Well, for your information, my missus was here all day, so that is one in the eye for you.
Is she at home now?
Well, I'll call her then, shall I? Then you'll see. Scott! Scott! Come here! Yeah!
Odd name for a wife, I thought. Come to that, an odd name for a dog, which is what came lurching out of the other room, trailing a bedraggled lead behind it.
I calls her Scott after that doofer what you plug in your telly box. When she misbehaves, I stick her tail in the socket. Puts a few volts through her, I can tell you.
That might not be entirely legal. Look, there's just one more thing. Did you see anyone, religious looking?
No, matey, no. I can't stick them God-bothering channels.
Not on the telly. I meant... what?
Oh, Scott.
That is
not
disgusting.
all over the constable's shoes. I mean, any more of that, my girl. Any more of that, it's a socket for you.
Could we just recap?
Look, I didn't see nothing. I didn't hear nothing. I didn't talk to no one, and I can't stand around gossiping to you. It's nearly time for Professor Passpicker.
Dead and breakfast.
All packed and ready for the off, are we then, sir?
Don't remind me. You know, Bone, when I joined the force, it was all about catching criminals.
When you joined the force, Dixon of Dock Green was still in the Cubs.
Miss Blaze, I hope you're not going on the weekend dressed like that.
What's wrong with it?
Nothing, so long as the role-play session's about curb crawling.
Well, I think you look lovely, Alice.
Thank you, Brian. At least there's one gentleman in the room.
What, campers? Packed your hampers?
Oh, not her again.
I say, Inspector, the Chief Super tells me you think this team-building wheeze is a first-class initiative.
I may have said something of the sort.
Good. So glad you approve of my brainchild.
Your brainchild?
It was I who floated the idea to that sweet commissioner girl in the first place. Thought it might be fun.
Doctor, there appears to be a luridly decorated suitcase on wheels blocking the doorway.
Yes, it's my trolley dolly, you silly Billy. We're all going to have a spiffy time.
We? You're coming too?
Ye gods. 2 days and nights of seaside postcard cracks delivered at full pitch. I just hope it's a big hotel.
Dead and breakfast, dead and breakfast.
It's a B&B in a converted semi in Sutton.
Talking to yourself again, sir. You know what they say? That's the first sign.
First sign of what?
I don't know, really.
Bone, it's bad enough having to share a room with you without your Welsh witterings keeping me awake half the night. I'm switching the light off now, after which I don't want to hear a sound. Got it?
But... all right, sir.
Good. Darkness.
It's just that, like...
Did you speak, Sergeant?
Sir, I only...
Bone, go to sleep. We've got a busy day ahead of us.
But, sir, it's the weekend.
I know it's the weekend. That's why they call it a weekend team building course. You tend not to get them on a Tuesday. And you don't seriously think the taxpayers shelling out so we can spend the next 48 hours watching Sky Sports and guzzling hobnobs.
I don't touch hobnobs no more, sir. I'm on a diet.
That'll do. Complete silence from now on. Okay. Darkness. What do you mean you're on a diet? Since when?
Well, since Alice laughed when I told my weight to that bloke on reception.
Funny thing for him to ask. But look, that was only this evening, and then you had dinner.
Well, I had to, sir. I was starving like...
You even had seconds.
Well, it was hungry work running for the bus.
The wrong bus.
All right, sir. Look, don't rub it in.
Oh, please, Bone, allow me a brief chortle at the one redeeming moment in an otherwise godless day. The sight of you running flat out through Victoria Coast Station in pursuit of a bus to Southampton. You'd have got on it too if Alice hadn't caught up with you. At last. Darkness. Snoring. An elbow to the ribs. Silence. Darkness. Silence. Darkness. Silence.
What the fuck are you two ninnies doing in my room?
Good evening, Chief Superintendent.
It took me over an hour to persuade Balderson that his palatial suite was at the far end of the landing. So I was surprised when Saturday morning found him inexcusably chirpy at the breakfast table.
Now pin back your luggles, you arseholes. I shall say this only once while sober. This afternoon there will be an excursion to the nearby common for a paintballing session, wherever the frig that is. At supper time, entertainment will be provided, it says here, in the form of a murder mystery night. And just in case you all thought you'd got off with a free half day, let me reveal what's in store this morning. It's a person-centred drama therapy workshop, no less, concentrating on wellness, mindfulness, wakefulness, and wokefulness. And I see our wee tutor has just arrived.
Oh, please, Superintendent.
Our eyes went towards the door, and there she stood, framed, like the Mona Lisa.
Not tutor. I see myself as an enabler, yeah?
She certainly enabled me. I was in love. As a younger man, I lived for Sunday night. I had a special appointment, dare I say, a date, at 7:25 on ITV. Dalrymple and Dimple, the highest-rated cop show of the 80s, starring some bloke as Inspector Dalrymple, and in the role of Miss Dimple, his sassy, kick-ass girl Friday was one Pashmina Semple.
Now, darlings, to work together successfully as a team, you need to have two things, okay?
Hers was a just got out of bed look.
Honesty and love.
Yeah, right.
One telecritic called her the girl who put the dish in dishevelled.
What I want is for each of you, in turn, to stand in the centre of the circle.
And here she was, not looking a day older or any the less graceful.
And make an honest declaration of love to someone else from the group. Yeah? So who's going to start us off?
Hello, playmates.
Predictably, the attention-seeking Dr. Machin took first turn, red-faced, tweedy and ebullient as ever.
Gosh, well, I'd like to express my affection for young Alice. Not in the way you fellows are thinking. Not. No, her warmth has set me ablaze. Ablaze. Get it? Ha! I couldn't wish for a chirpier bunkmate. It's like Daisy pulls it off. All midnight feasts and pillow fights. So here's to our sexy secretary, our kitten of the keyboard. She's certainly my type. Do you see what I did?
Pavlovian applause ensued, while Pathology's answer to the Chuckle Brothers resumed her place in the circle. Pashmina now eyed the male contingent expectantly.
Now come on, you boys. Which of you is going to be a real man? The first to get in touch with his feelings?
Time stood still, as did everyone in the room. Eventually, though, the young Welsh pup crept into the middle and began declaring his love for a certain female in a predictably schoolboy manner.
She's ever so pretty and clever and all that. And ever since I met her, I haven't been able to take my eyes off her. I mean, some folks say that older birds are past it, but not me. What I say is, you can be sexy at 60. I'm with Pam Ayres on that one.
Has the wee boy fallen for Pam Ayres?
Oh, no, sir, no. I've fallen for Miss Pashamania here.
Oh.
What? How dare he, the little snake in the grass, making advances to the woman I'd already decided to propose to during the coffee break? I gave Bone a look that could kill. Alice went further and gave him a right hook that could kill.
You bastard!
By removing one kitten heel and smacking him round the chops with it.
What?
Impressive.
I've always hated you. I hate the whole bleeding lot of you. And as for you, Patch Pneumonia, you're a dead woman.
And she was gone, leaving behind 5 staring faces and a stunned silence. Oh, and a stunned sergeant. Pashmina came to the rescue.
Okay, I think we need to clear our minds. Let's go to the floor.
I think you'll find one of us is already there.
Next time on Dead and Breakfast.
Best get a move on, sir. You don't want to miss the Cluedo night.
Clueless, more like. I look forward to dental appointments more.
You needn't think you're sitting next to Tartface, or there'll be a real murder, and it won't be a mystery.
Duncan Flint, you have been found guilty of the murder of Tanya Carter. I hereby sentence you to be hanged by the neck.
I protest.
Oh, don't knock it, son. I wanted to hang you by the bollocks.
You're going on a journey through a trapdoor to the cellar.
Take the prisoner to a place of execution and execute the shite out of him.
Can we watch?
If you like, you can help.
Help!
In part 1 of Dead and Breakfast, the plodcast by Bob Sinfield, you heard Simon Carter, George Blackman, Lindsay Frost, Naomi Paxton, Bob Sinfield, KATHRYN HAYWOOD, Lorraine MURRIN and Suzanne Rayner. Characters created by Tom Poole. Music by Lindley Gooden. A CarterBloke and Dr. Sin UK co-production. Available subject to availability. Always read the label and keep away from children. You will not own the car. T's and C's and P's and Q's apply.
Operatic Warblings by Lena SAHLHOLDT. The part of Scott was played by Max. Down, boy.
No scarts were inserted into teleboxes in the making of this plodcast.